Alrighty. Got Rogsai. Let's test some opening hands, shall we? LOL. Oracle. Let's get this. Let's get this nice and shuffled. Okay. Now let's take these, mash this together. Alright. Let's check our opening 7. Got a Vampiric Tutor, Ristic Study, a Mana Confluence, a Mindbreak, Artisan, a Gemstone, and a Misty. This would be a really cool turn 2 or 3. Turn 4, depending on what's at the table, maybe not. But this is like a turn 2 Ristic Study. Because Gemstone Caverns, you can just pitch something. So you exile a card from your hand. So exiling Artisan's Talent, right? So now we already have Gemstones out. We're looking at playing probably Mana Confluence or Misty. Doesn't really matter. So we'll drop this out. Turn 1, or I guess actually before our turn even starts, we tap and Vampiric Tutor on T1 or Seat 1's end step here. And we could just like tutor out something for mana since we're going to be playing Ristic. Let's see. Do we just want to be that guy and grab our... Something just sounds like a fill. We could grab... We can grab Ancient Tomb and then play that as our mana per turn. Or if we want to play Mana Confluence and Soul Ring for turn, that's an option. And that way we'll have more mana than as if we had what you call Ancient Tombs. That's probably going to be the play. Oop, I'm dropping cards. I doubt anyone's going to counter it since we're doing it on Seat 1's end step anyhow, unless someone, missteps, but I doubt it. So we'll tutor, throw Soul Ring on top. And we'll shuffle up. Someone will split the deck. Soul Ring goes on top. So we have Ristic Rainforest. We'll untap. This is now Graveyard. This is exiled. We'll draw for turn. This is not on the field yet. We'll play our land for turn. Tap. Take one Who Cares to play Soul Ring. Tapping to turn 1 Ristic Study in seat 2. So that's an amazing hand. So we already have our engine out. Before doing any of that, we cast Rog. This way people might think we have a free commander spell. Like Rog Sighing before even like anything is the way to go. It makes people think, oh, what if he has a like a free counter spell just because like anything. Like, oh, he might have Deadly Grolic, he might have what is it, Force of Negation or whatever. Any free commander spell. Like, oh, Deflecting Swat, whatnot. So let's shuffle up. So that's a keep. That's a really good like turn 2 or seat 2 hand. Remember, Rogsai is how fast can I kill myself in game, or how fast can I win the game. It's turbo all the way. So, let's see here. We only have that for mana, this for copying. This is a 1 mana hand for Rog, but you have Necro. You have Flair to steal somebody's tutors if they play one, which chances are someone's going to tutor. We have a Talisman in case we get another land and we need to do something. Or if we take someone's thing, we can Soul Ring into Talisman and then try to get Necro out somehow. Or Breach and then Misty Tutor. Because we'll use this to get Volcanic so that we can still tutor. This is going to be instant or sorcery, so we will grab Brain Freeze. And then we're going to pray someone does a tutor so that we could flare it to steal their LED. And then pop off. So this is something I would risk. Like if I'm seat 4, nah. Maybe seat, yeah, honestly any seat. I wouldn't give a damn. This is decent. So let's play this out. Let's risk it, right? So we'll draw Mana Confluence. So we have the mana we need. We cast Rog just to scare people. So menacing. This is the most terrifying 0/1 you've ever seen. Sorry about the poor quality. Working on it. So we cast our 0/1 Rog. We could Mana Confluence, but let's get cards in our graveyard for Breach. So we're going to play this tapping and sacking for our Volcanic Island. Mana Confluence is great, and Blue Farm, it's getting graveyard and fetching is great too. It's something that I had to learn the hard way by not having enough cards in my graveyard to breach and losing games because of before I realized it and was like, oh, I'm just bad at the game. So let's split the deck. So now we have something in the graveyard. Boop, grave. And now we have our land, right? So now we can pass turn. We have interaction in case something occurs and we have to do something. And we have a tutor for getting our brain freeze on our turn. So we're praying somebody casts a tutor, right? Then we tap sack Rog. Well, not tap, but sack Rog with Flare. Copy. We'll just set that aside because it's what we're going to be going for anyway. With our tutor. Where is my LED? No, I don't have the English one. I'm looking for the... Which one did I put in here? Uh-oh. Did I have to throw it in my other deck, or... No, here it is. Sorry. I fly past it on occasion. We'll grab Lion's Eye Diamond. With Flare. Assuming someone tutors, right? Even if it's top deck tutor, it is what it is. Then, we have to wait another turn. But getting this means we can start doing things. So if it's a regular old tutor, we get this to our hand. Then before our turn, tap Mystical Tutor. And this is still, everyone's like, it'll be other people's like turn 2 and stuff. But then we can grab our Brain Freeze. Throw Brain Freeze on top. And then we'll draw it for our turn. And now we can play Mana Confluence. We're not playing Rog again. We'll cast LED. We can just go right into it. Tap 2. Play Breach. We can crack Lion's Eye Diamond. So sacrifice hand. Create 3 mana. Cast Brain Freeze. That's 1. 2, so storm count 2, play Brain Freeze, copies Brain Freeze, continues. If they don't have any way to stop you, you win. So that's one way of going about that. That was a decent hand. Again, ROG is how fast can you win or lose? That's what you're speed running for. It's not about mid-range. It's not about trying to win later on. It's how fast can I win? I want to win right this second. I have ADD, and I need that hit of dopamine ROG side. Instant access to all my commander spells. You know, that's what you're looking for. I'm looking to add NOS turn 1, seat 1, and get all my moxes out to get all that dopamine. I don't like sitting at a table for more than 4 turns. Rogsai. So we'll split the deck. Now, no. I may play blue farm in like mid-range, but I have ROG because I do have ADD, and I do want to try to turbo win sometimes. So let's check this, shall we? They have free commander spells. Wow. This is getting removed. Spider-Punk is actually horrible. So pay no attention to this. As a matter of fact, I'd much rather have Splinter's Technique than Spider-Punk. Horrible for Adnos cost, but not too horrible to where it's horrible, I guess. So, let's pretend that's the hand, alright? Let's see. We have land. We have a really cool offer. Yay. Is there any cool things we can do? No. There is. I'm gonna play something out in my head here because I think it might be funny. So let's Volcanic Island, right? And then nah, that'd be stupid. It would be funny, but it's so dumb. I was gonna say we could cast Rog, and then no, it ain't worth. I would scoop this hand. It's not cool. It's too slow. That's just horrible. There's nothing to do. Again, how fast can I win? How fast can I lose? I don't lose quick enough with that hand. I need to lose faster. So we're gonna go to second 7. So this will be the third hand, or the first hand to go second 7 out of 3, or yeah, 2 other hands that did really well for the first ones, right? So let's mix this up a little more. We'll take and we'll split. Okay, so second 7. Let's see where we're at. We're at Blood Crit. We're at Simeon, Lion's Eye. We have a Jessica's Will. We have a Grim Monolith, a City of Barras, and an Into the Flood Maw. So this is looking like we have a commander spell. We have mana into Simeon Spirit Guide to get a Grim Monolith out pretty much immediately, right? We can give somebody a fish because fishes are cool. This is just a lot of fast mana, but nothing to do with it. I'm thinking this is a flip. Yeah, this is just bad because there's a Yawgmoth's Will. But the problem with this hand, there's no direction at all. So this is definitely a hand that we're pitching anyway. That's why I wanted to see like what we get. Like this is trash. Like having mana is cool, Grim Monolith is cool, but what are we doing with it? Nothing? Throw it away. We don't lose the game fast enough, and that's what we're here for. We're here to see how fast we lose the game when playing Rogsai. Because it's a gamble. Remember, in a tournament that has 5 games, or best of 5, if you turbo out in 2 of them and draw the others because you get put to mid-game and you just start, politicking to make somebody give you a draw, you're in top cut. Then all you have to do is turbo out and top cut, and then you're in top 4, right? So that's Rogsai's game plan. All right, we're here for a fun time, not a long time. Let's see how fast we can lose with this 6. So we got Reign of Filth, Valley, City of Traders, a Wheel, Brain Freeze, Springleaf Drum, and a Will. So right away, it's looking like if we were to keep, we could toss out probably that, and then we City of Traders to tap, Springleaf Drum, Rogsai. This is an untapped creature, and I'm floating 1. Tap, tap, mill myself for fun. With storm count being 2. Alright, just to get some cards in my graveyard. Now, remember, I don't know if anyone here has seen, with the addition to the new red card flashback, 1 cost gives 1 card in your graveyard flashback. That's just, pay its mana cost to cast it. Milling yourself is not bad, especially if you're trying to, like, turbo out. So, pass, untap everything. Turn 2, I am looking to wheel. So I'm going to draw. It's a Mind Break Trap. Not too bad. I don't have land. I did miss land drop. However, tap, 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 wheel. I think, oh, that was pitched to the bottom of the deck. Right. Perfect. This is awesome sauce. So, we have mana, we have a mana vault, and we have mana. The coolest part, we have a Rhystic Study, and we have a Thassa's Oracle. So we have no mana currently, but we can pitch or exile Simian Spirit Guide to cast this out so that we have Mana Vault on the ready. We'll hold Thassa's Oracle. Actually, I didn't put a land down this turn. So we will sack City of Traders to play our City of Brass, so that we can tap Mana Vault and City of Brass to turn to Rhystic Study. So now we have a draw engine, and we have mana with Springleaf Drum and Rog, and so we're still at 2 mana. Was that turn 2 or turn 3? I don't remember. Either way, we made it to Rhystic Study. So that's not bad. And that's with 6 mana. And then from there, we already have Oracle in our hand. We're looking to just draw into a way to play it or lose the game. Because that's what we do here for Rogsai. We're not looking for a long time. We're looking for a fun time. Let's get one more hand in. Now you'll notice Rogsai's a lot more turbo than Blue Farm. Blue Farm, you want to establish your hand. You want to establish your game state, pretty much, your board, protection, all that. You want to have like a safe win for the most part. Rogsai, that sounds cool. It does. But you know what's better than Protected Win? Winning. Winning fast. There's a Praetor's Grasp, Flusterstorm, Mox Opal, Phyrexian Tower, Misty Rainforest, Beseech, and a Flooded Strand. So we have some graveyard fodder, and we have one piece of fast mana that we can't use because we don't have artifacts. But that is something to beseech, to bargain for. However, this is a toss. This is a bad hand. It's too slow. We don't lose the game fast enough. We want to lose the game quicker than that hand will allow us to. So let's go to second 7 and see where we're at. Okay, we'll shuffle more because I just dropped stuff like a dum-dum. Meta knowledge, meta knowledge. Alright. Second 7's looking like, and this, okay, this is another card, Mind Crank, I'm removing. Because I haven't played this in a minute. This is a pitch anyway. Garbage hand. So, we're going to 6. There's a bunch of land, Mind Crank, Mind Break Trap. It's just useless. I don't need 4 or 5 lands in Rogsai in a hand. 2 or 3, I'm fine with that. I don't want to, I'm not trying to make it to turn 4. I want the game to be over before turn 4. Alright, let's see what 6 is. Pact of Negation, a Volcanic Island, Steam Vent, Ad Nauseam, Force of Will, Yawgmoth's Will, and a Grim Tutor. Whew. I have no fast mana and no way of playing anything. Let's go to 5. Now, Rogsai, I don't like going to 5. Normally my hands aren't this horrible. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes going to 5 is the way to go. I'd rather win with a 5-card hand, than lose with a 7-card hand. Let's do a cut. Remember, we are at 5. Let's see what we get. City of Traders, Simian Spirit Guide. So we have some fast mana. We have a Deflecting Swat, a Flare, Yawgmoth's Will, Beseech, and a Time Twister. So if we need to, we can just Time Twister. So that would require blue. What I'm thinking is, we want to keep 5 and 5 alone. Easily Yawgmoth's Will and Beseech are in my throwaway pile. I'm trying to figure out, because I can play both of these with my commanders, or with my commander. But I want to Time Twister because my hand is bad, and I want to be able to do other things. I'm not going to want to Deflecting Swat things early. I'm going to want to copy someone's spells. So I'm thinking, oh, actually, I need to learn to count. So pitch this, keep this. Look at that. Math. It's difficult. Don't need to know it. Plain Rog. We'll draw our card. We'll cast Rog. Look at that! We have a Misty. Alrighty, so, cast Misty. Tap Crack. We'll grab a, let's see, do I want to grab red? Do I grab Volcanic here? Or do I grab... I think I'm supposed to grab Volcanic Island here and not Underground Sea. Even though having the color black is amazing. Actually, I don't really need red, so I'm just gonna grab Underground Sea. Underground Sea is the right play. Volcanic is bait. Because we're using Simian Spirit Guide to use whatever red we need, but then blue black is there. If we need red, we'll Simian Spirit Guide. That's what I mean. So let's find Underground Sea. That's trash. We'll shuffle up. Okay. So Underground Sea, we have something in our graveyard. And remember, we have 2 commander spells that we can play. We have our Deflecting Swat, and we have our Flare of Duplication, which we can sack Rogsai and copy an instant or sorcery. And then we can Deflecting Swat, which is choose new targets for target ability, or spell or ability. So now we pass, we let people do whatever. If we get lucky, we can flare. If we're unlucky, we have to Deflecting Swat someone's stuff. But the cool thing is, when it comes to our turn, we can City of Traders. We'll exile Simian Spirit Guide, floating 1 red. So I'll leave that there so we know 1 red. This is in our hand. It sucks because we'll be pitching this, but we want to go fast. What we could do, I think we cast Time Twister. And then we see what happens. So set Time Twister aside. Shuffle your hand, library, and graveyard, and then draw 7. So Simian Spirit Guide still exiled. But now we just went from 3 to back to 7 mana, or 7 card or hand size, and we're gonna see more cards throughout our deck. Let's see what we get. So we'll split this in half. Remember, we still have 1 floating red. Time Twister is our graveyard. So Windfall, Wishclaw, Ristic, Burgy, Beseech, Orcish, and Springleaf Drum. We'll use the red to cast Springleaf Drum. We now have 1 of any color, which is great. So this is a pretty solid turn 2. Next turn, we'll be able to cast our Ristic Study. And then if anything happens after that, if we want to Bowmaster somebody, we can. And this all around is a decent hand. But yeah. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed.